And we are back, folks. Pardon. Occasionally, the divine hand of the internet provider strikes, and there's little but to do than carry on. So we do. Let us return to our adventure, within which we had just been ambushed by assassins of some kind within the ordinarily peaceful Valley of Rain. Everyone has rolled initiative, and we are now into our first combat encounter for today. Therefore, Rhiannon, you act first as these assassins have appeared. What are you going to do?
Okay. Yell, scream, be very angry. Hold on a second. Bonus action. Yeah, because then I can do two things. Alright, I'm gonna start by moving myself in front of Lulu. I'm gonna cast my new favorite spell, Guardian of Nature, doing the tree again. So I have 10 temporary hit points and attack rolls are an advantage.
Okay. Lovely.
So yeah, now I kind of look like a tree. It makes me happy. And then I'm going to shoot a firebolt at that dude because it makes me angry.
Firebolt strikes 16 points.
Leave my friends alone.
The enemy's bloodied. Aaron, you're up.
Alright, let's send a little Eldritch Blast at him.
Eldritch Blast. See ya. Hit for 9, hit for 1, and the third one will finish off his one remaining hit point with a as the would-be assassin falls from the tree. Alrighty, folks. That is your turns. Your enemies are up. At this point, your foes are going to act. This one jumping down from the tree and rushing forward is actually going to use a cunning action to dash to melee range. And this one staying in its tree right on the edge of the map here. Alright. The one that moves into melee range is going to swing out a short sword at Lulu, striking it for 8. And a second one which will miss. Rhiannon, this next attack is against you from the one in the tree. And that is a 10 to hit.
No.
Second attack, 20 to hit.
That does hit.
9 points.
Okay, that was just out of my temp HP. I'm fine.
Alright, fabulous. This brings us to your allies. Looking at options, Lulu is going to cast Cure Wounds on herself, restoring 11 hit points, and say, "Whoa, what are you?" Panicked and not knowing what to do. Alvina will move forward here. Let's get this set, please. Move forward to here. And is going to cast a Burning Hands on your foe here at second level. Which it succeeds in the save, taking 8 points of damage. And as we come to the next round, a wizard in a blue hat and robe rushes onto the site as the owl rushes to its shoulder. Adam, go ahead and roll into initiative for us. Remember to select your token before clicking the initiative text.
One sec here. Get back to my... Trying to get to the right page.
No worries. Take your time. Gets set up in here properly.
Yeah, it was just a late reaction, I guess.
All right. There we go. With the 2. Big 2. All right. Rhiannon, you're up next. What you got?
Because my brain has gone to pudding all of a sudden. I can't use that stuff. That can't happen. Okay.
Pudding brain.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to. I just don't want to hurt Lulu.
Yeah, she didn't go anywhere.
All right.
She just
Yeah,
kind
no,
of
I know that.
duck and
Yeah.
covered in place.
Yep. Yep. So thunder spell's not happening. All right. We're going to here we go. Let's make his life a little chillier. The one right in front of us, we're gonna cast frostbite on it.
Con save. Fail. 11 points.
Good.
Target is bloody.
Yep, and then we're gonna do, what is she at right now? Yeah, we'll do a level 2 healing word to Lulu.
Fabulous.
Because I said, don't hurt people I like.
All right, Aaron, you're up. What you got?
More Eldritch Blast.
Never enough Eldritch Blast. All right. Let's get him the first one. 11 is not going to do. But the 23 and the 25 will, and those 2 blasts will slam into this second attacker and finish them off. We've just got one more enemy on the board who is up. Feel free to take movement if you'd like, of course, Aaron. As for this one...
Nope, I'm good.
This spy is going to turn towards you, Lorien, and attempt to shoot its crossbow at you, which it will return the natural 1 favor, and a 12 to hit. Your armor class is 11, so that will hit. And it deals a total of 8 points of piercing damage to you. You are now up. What would you like to do?
Let's see how he likes a bit of lightning.
Alrighty. Let's see here. It's gonna be a dex save. There we go. 17's pretty good, but that's still a fail, and that 32 points as a bolt of lightning arcs from the wizard's fingertips into the spy will strike it dead as its crispified body falls from the tree to the ground, defeating your foes and bringing us out of combat.
I just shake a little and suddenly I'm not a tree anymore. Lulu, are you okay?
Just, yeah, Lorien!
How
And she rushes forwards, arms out, to hug the older man who's just arrived.
No, she seems fine.
She just knows everyone.
Will you reciprocate
It is
the
good to
hug?
see you again.
She grasps you and says, "Oh, I just needed to see Benedict, and it all sort of woke up in there, at least that bit. Oh, here, let me introduce you to my friends, Lorien." She rushes over, back towards the rest of the group. Says, everyone, this is Lorien and he's, well, I lost that part.
It's okay. It's okay.
This
Well,
is
you
Rhiannon, and this is Aaron, and this is Alvina.
Hello. Thank you for helping my friend.
You said that the owl was your mentor's, and I'm guessing the owl is yours. So you're her mentor? I'm assuming?
We have a long history together, yes.
Okay. Well, unfortunately, all of us from the Mage Tower memories can be a little bit hazy. Lulu's a little more than ours.
From the robe, Lorien, your apprentice produces a vial. Within it, you can see sloshing light blue liquid with a soft luminescence to it. She holds up and says, This is the memory of Eons. I wasn't doing good, but I had a moment of clarity and decided that, well, if what we learned about that mage tower down south was true and they steal away people's memory to alter their minds, that would be a way to not have my skull split in half from this. Sorry.
Indeed.
But I'm glad you
You have
finally
nothing to
found me.
apologize for.
What have you been doing? Where have you? What's happened?
It's a
Lorraine,
long story.
what may be of relevance to share is the fact that the foes that had pursued you and the prophecy of Eons successfully found your sanctum, infiltrated it, and whilst you held them off as well as you could, you were eventually forced to retreat. Those foes, which, as you examine these who have just attacked you, do seem in keeping with them. A holy symbol around their neck might be able to make certain if they are the same. Those foes have taken your Sanctum of Eons, where the shards of the crystal within which the prophecy had been safely kept before remain. How would you like to proceed with this information?
I'd probably go over to one of the bodies that isn't Ash and examine them for any symbols or other clues about them.
Fabulous. Doing so, perhaps to this body right here, you will find upon it that same necklace. It is carefully designed so as to the common folk appear to just be a relic of an obscure god, but to your learned eye, you can shift what are several moving pieces upon it to shape it into its true form, a unholy symbol of Asmodeus, the Lord of the Nine Hells.
Oh no. Oh, I didn't think he meant. Oh no.
Everything ties back to the hells.
I hate them so much. I didn't think that when he said Asmodeus is coming, I don't know why I didn't think now, probably because everything else is going to hell in a handbasket. I didn't
Literally.
think that he was going to bring hell here too, just, for fun.
He's bringing the handbasket to us.
Okay. So, bugger all. So exactly what does Asmodeus have to do with you, sir?
Your deduction...
He took something from me.
Oh, what did he take?
Something very old and powerful that I need to protect.
Oh boy. That probably explains all the wackiness that's going on down there. Just so you're aware, I didn't go to hell willingly. Not my favorite thing to do. I had to go there 3 times now because of all of the other things that are happening around here. I really
We
don't
rarely
like
get
it
to
there.
control our own fate.
Everything hurts down there.
I don't know, I found it kind of toasty.
Yeah, that was the problem.
Not for me.
Oh, shush.
So, what may remain to do, now that, Lorian, you have found your apprentice, you have found the prophecy of Eons contained in this vial as a liquid as it is, would be to return to your sanctum, to reclaim it, and to in some way reforge the stone of Eons as a glass vial which can spill everywhere. It's quite precarious, unless you truly wished to destroy the prophecy forever.
Quick question, Lulu. You said those are the memories of Eons. What happened to yours?
Some of it's in there. I figured they just kind of sloshed in and took some stuff out. For example, I remember Lorian now that I saw him, but I couldn't have told you who he was yesterday. And there's other stuff. I didn't know what he did. I saw.
So hold on, that bottle isn't just your memories. It's
No.
other things?
As I now understand it, it's a lot of other things. But there's still some of those
Something
other
very
things
old.
up here.
Wait, so this is all very confusing. So you still don't know why or how you ended up at the tower?
I think I went there.
Oh. I mean,
Willing?
that's a choice.
Well, if it felt like your brain was trying to crack your skull from the inside, you might do a lot of things to stop that.
That's fair. Especially if you didn't have other magic users around you. That would make a lot of sense. Okay.
Especially because a lot of them are probably in hiding.
Or already in the tower.
So,
Do we really want to make an agreement with this Empress, or do we just want to go hide in the woods after this is all over?
the course ahead would be thus. You are here in the Valley of Rain on the south side of the continent of Cadlia. Within the Dragon Spine Mountains is hidden away the secret sanctum of Lorien Anar, which you, Lorien, constructed over a great period of time, likely cycling, melding of stone spells in and out of your spell book. It's a big project, and so there's quite some insult to the fact that it's been taken from you. Rhiannon and Aaron, are you willing to help this wayward wizard reclaim his home?
Yes, it's on the way to my house is on the way there.
I don't see why not.
I should probably just pop in and say hi and let them know I'm not dead.
He didn't try to kill us.
It's fair-ish, I guess. We had a time.
Man, that's
I mean,
didn't try to kill you. That's a great standard for judging people. Wow, you've got, man, I suppose that y'all have been through the ringer a bit here.
we had a time. Yeah, no, if we could go, we're gonna go through the forest, yes. I mean, yeah.
I'm going to bring us back to the High Clan settlement. I suppose you will have left this open plain, Lorraine in tow. As well, coming back here, Aaron, you recognize a blonde-haired elven girl about your age who immediately upon seeing you enter says, "Aaron!" and rushes towards you. You recognize your friend from the city, Martha.
Martha, it's been so long. She's gonna run over and give her a big hug.
Just say, I got on that circle. Did you come too? We went through hell.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm surprised I didn't see you, but there was a lot of people there. There was a big, scary devil, and I didn't want anything to do with him.
No, I don't blame you.
This woman, younger woman by your standards for certain, Lorien, but probably a little older than the rest here, will step forward and say, Lulu has been my friend since we met in the Mage Tower, and I've kind of kept an eye on her, but I suppose, given as it seems she trusts you, you'll be able to make sure she stays safe now?
With my life.
Wow, that's very, purposeful of you. Alright. I'm going to return to speaking with the Empress. I think I'm probably best to be point person on that, and just hope that, Nome hasn't secured us a fresh tower.
Oh,
Thank
God,
you again
stop.
for helping Lulu.
Of course, she'll say. Martha's just gonna step right into, pace with you, Aaron, and say, so where are we off to? What's the next gig?
Helping this guy get his tower back.
Okay, sounds good to me.
Towers, but okay.
All right. So, if you are all well and ready for travel, easiest via point would likely be Rhiannon's home village in the Forthane Forest, which...
Oh, yeah. Get us there really fast.
Yeah. There
Hold
need
on.
not be.
I find the biggest tree, like, smack. Big hole appears. Go!
All right, fabulous.
Oh,
I
also,
wanted to do
Martha,
that.
Yeah.
this is my best friend from the Mage Tower, actually. This is Rhiannon.
Hi.
Hi!
Wow.
Run.
You've got two best friends. I guess they're sorted by location?
Well, they were.
It makes sense. Yeah. Okay. Let's go.
So, Rhiannon, in this tree, you will open a yawning portal which can take you to elsewhere on the continent.
Yeah, I would just figure something close to home. I would know those trees.
Fantastic. Let us head to there then, if you are all willing to step through this druidic portal of swirling green magic.
Go. I'll go in last. Go. Yeah. I'm just saying,
So,
I'm holding portal up waiting for
Here you arrive
home.
within the Forthane Forest.
Home, 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 home.
There is a hue of green to the tint around you, and soon you realize it's coming from the trees themselves. They're infused, it seems, with this sacred light. And yet there is another factor. There is a shadow, and looking up, you can see a dark-barked tree that sprouts with leaves of a nasty hue of green and red to them. Looking up at this tree that now towers over the forest, you feel unsettled, Rhiannon.
Like this.
Martha will
It
say,
wasn't home.
well, this place seems cool. As
This is home, but it's home. It's wrong. Why is home wrong?
a blonde-haired elf is a bit aghast and surprised as you recognize Morakir, Rhiannon, your good friend
I
from
basically
home.
tackle hug him.
Ah! As
Hi!
he falls backwards.
Mom.
Hello. I didn't know you could open the way through the Fae. That's magnificent.
Any trick, or a lot, but I'm not dead.
I am so glad to see it. But much has changed in recent time.
Obviously. What
Um,
happened? Also, how long have I been gone?
as for time, it has been a rough span of, I believe, about a month or 2 months that the campaign has occurred. The amount of time is consistent with that.
Okay, yeah. No, that was one of those things. If Rhiannon was concerned because they did mess with her day-night cycle at the tower, so.
That's right. Morakir will say,
Okay.
come, your parents can explain better what has occurred and why the tree horn
Okay.
is with us now.
Oh, okay, yeah, let's go do that. I'm sure they're worried sick and I'm a terrible child. Yeah.
As you step around this corner, you can see a great beast, which, Rhiannon, you have seen once before in your life. And looking upon it fills you with wonder, and the natural magic within you almost feels like it swells. While you're here in this camp, why don't we just say you've got +4 to your skill checks?
Yes! Take that, hell.
Once in your youth, you visited the heart of this forest, and in its deepest, most jungly recesses, you saw the tree horn. You understand this fey creature to be the heart of the magic that allows the Forthane Forest to spread and be as vibrant and rich as it is. And yet this creature, from the top of its neck arching down past its face and onto its chest a bit, you can see there is a growth of a similar black hue to that tree above. This creature you might understand to have reflections of the impact on the forest itself manifest physically on it.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear.
Stepping forward, Rhiannon, you see your two parents, your mother and your father.
Hi!
And Falhira, your mother, reaches out her arms with an
Oh,
embrace
yes.
to say, Rhiannon, oh, I'm I'm so happy you're safe.
Same. I'm really sorry I haven't been able to get back here yet. Until now, obviously.
Welcome home.
Thank you. There's a lot going on, and it seems like there's a lot going on here too.
Yes.
Looking up at the tree.
You can see your father chanting deep incantations of rest, of peace. Your mother will say to you, "We beckon to the tree horn here, where it's safe." When that thing began to grow from the elven garden, the Lord of the Forest is here as well. He gestures to an elf who is deep in conversation with his wife and his lead advisor. He'll say, they have a lead on how it sprouted, but aren't certain how to dispatch it, how to force it to leave. It's invading the forest. It's causing the forest to spread outwards, but where it spreads, it's not right. It's swampy, and there is a air of hostility. It rouses
I can feel it here.
anger when you're within it.
Hey, when did this show up?
Several weeks ago, and the forest began growing quickly.
Did this have anything to do with the rocks falling from the sky? Did you see those?
It did. I don't think so.
Okay.
Do you know anyone, anyone with expertise in this manner further than us?
Maybe me?
Any other druids?
I do, actually. He's actually kind of a tree. His name is Latifolia. He's basically a tree. I met him a week ago, maybe 2.
And perhaps if you could...
I can try. I mean, I gotten a bit stronger since you last saw me. A lot stronger since you last saw me. Can I just take a look at what's happening?
Please.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go. So I want to actually check the tree that doesn't look right, not the
big tree in the distance, towering over the forest.
Well, first I'll check with this creature first. Just because I want to get closer and see what the growth looks like.
Make me a medicine check and a nature check. We'll take the higher of the 2 rolls.
Okey-dokey. Medicine, nature.
Fabulous.
Oh, God, it's not very high.
As you reach out towards it, to touch perhaps only, but as your proximity grows and the proximity of your magic, you sense from this growth, well, similar to what your mother described, a needly hostility that grows and runs across you like a shiver down your spine.
This feeling, I don't like it. Same feeling I felt when I was going crazy in that tower.
Morikir will turn to you to say, "But Rhiannon, is this why you've returned, or have you other purpose? Who are these others who come with you?"
Was offering to help this wizard here help his tower, or get his tower back, but I didn't realize that something was wrong here. If you haven't noticed, there's a lot going on. And it's all not good.
Then stay on your mission. If one druid's advice can help us, then that is a long shot. Do what you're here to do. And
Yeah.
Audrey, for the continuation of this scenario, we'll follow up on that tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, I just figured while I'm here. I'll be back. I promise. I'm not leaving for good. I swear. It's not gonna happen again. I can't be that far away from here for that long.
Gina, Adam, are there any words or conversations you care to have with the elves in this camp before moving onwards?
Hi, I'm Erin. I was with Rhiannon in the tower. I'll make sure she gets back safe.
Thank you. I'm sorry. I am a scatterbrain.
Rhiannon's mother will say, "Hello, Erin. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm glad to hear that. And I'm glad to hear that there'll be 2 pairs of eyes keeping watch on her path."
Yeah.
I would probably simply nod and say, hello, my name is Lorien.
I barely know him, but he knows Lulu, who I know from the tower too. I feel like I have to help them.
Valhira will nod to you, Lorien, and say, "A pleasure to meet you. Do you live nearby?" And generally, you do.
Fair distance.
So then, with greetings made, we might move on towards the Dragonspine Mountains and towards our destination. Come we here to a chasm overlooking that pass which you see towards Port Zor.
Mhm.
Joined you are by Martha, and Mork here will be a guide to you, leading the way through the rest of the Forthane Forest, but at this time stepping aside to allow Lorien to lead. Lorien, you know that the hidden cavern entrance to your subterranean sanctum is within that ridge just ahead. Will you lead the way?
I'll step forward.
You also understand that, of course, your sanctum is taken by enemies. Continue as you would wish.
Let's see. So looking out, there's a chasm, correct?
There's a chasm beneath you and wooden bridge that crosses it. Yes.
Okay. How does the bridge look? What's its condition?
It looks quite reasonably stable for what could be a precarious crossing. But why don't you roll me a survival check? And all of you could roll that if you'd like to contribute. All right. It's going to be the druid with survival. So, Rhiannon, what you can discern are tracks. In fact, numerous tracks. The bridge itself appears to be stable. And why don't you, Lorien, roll for me an investigation check as to more focus on the bridge. Rhiannon, you notice that trackways, following perhaps the same way in which you've come, are upon this place. Many have traveled to and fro this location that you're being led to. And for you, Lorien, your investigation of the bridge, you can actually now spot several replaced planks. One of the strands of rope seems to be new. This bridge was in reasonable condition, but perhaps heavy travel has called for some replacements, which have been made.
When you say tracks, though, it's just foot tracks, or are there like animals, potentially anything else? Like
it mostly appears to be foot tracks. Though there seem to be some horse tracks which kind of made U-turns from this place.
Because they couldn't go on the bridge. Looking at the size of the bridge. Okay.
But with the tracks pointed out, Lorien, you would be confident that this is more foot travel than should rightly be in this area.
I mean, it all has to be relatively fresh because rain would make it go away.
What do you all
I
care?
think I'll do a detect magic just to make sure there's nothing concealed or hidden about all in the area.
Fabulous. Go ahead and drop that spell into our description here. Excellent. So, this is within 30 feet of you. So you're detecting magic that is up to this far away. Can I get a fancy little circle here? That's perfect. So this is the radius of your spell. You are not detecting anything magical outside of several trinkets and items which your companions have. Therefore, you're not certain. But this spell will last for 10 minutes, and you can continue onwards and detect anything that comes into range.
I think I'll just briefly have Benedict just do a flyover to see if he spots anything from up high.
Perfect. Let's get Benedict on the field. Flying out. And attempting to perceive. $16. Benedict will sweep over the area, which is the entrance, and in returning to you, Lorien, will give a wah, 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 kind of shaking its head side to side, but then seems frustrated and squeezes at your arm in a manner which you're familiar with. Uh-oh. You get the sense the bird detected something.
Yeah. One moment. Let me consider for a moment.
And Aaron, Rhiannon, of course, if you have any thoughts about how to approach this, please volunteer them.
How far is the far side of the chasm?
The chasm will be 30 feet across, roughly.
In that case, how long do they last? I think I will, on the far side of the chasm, do a minor elemental summon just to further ensure that we have safety.
Fabulous. Good call. Would you like to conjure fire or ice methods?
What's the current climate? Is it more of a hot or cold
It is more
atmosphere?
of a chilly kind of space here. The wind curls across your skin. You can hear the whistle. It's not freezing. It's
think
not
on some level-
snowy.
I think I would turn to Lulu and ask if she's feeling cold.
She'd say, honestly, it's not nearly as bad as down where we were, frozen wastes as it was.
Okay.
I'm okay.
In that case, I'll make them ice.
Right. So this is, I believe, 4 of them. 4 ice methods will emerge, conjured forth by the spell. And as they do, you hear a, "What? You're not supposed to be here!" It does not come from the methods. And one of the methods gives a, as it is stung by a formerly invisible creature. 2, surprising the methods from invisibility, imps appear. Would you all like to join in the fight, or would you like to leave the elementals to this battle?
I need to get closer, but
It's entirely up to you. I will continue to resolve things.
no, I think Ariana's gonna hang back because she's still a little confused because imps were helping them like 3 days ago. It's like, I don't know what's happening.
All right, the methods are going to swarm these imps, and they are going to claw out at them. This first imp takes one of them for 7 points. Is bloodied. This second imp takes one of them for 5 points. Is also bloodied. Right? Y'all want to interfere, or just let this happen?
They seem to have it under control.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not going too far from Lulu.
Okay.
It might also be part of it. Because I don't know what I'm doing.
The imps are going to attempt to flee. They're going to flee through a invisible passageway and disappear into the stone. Taking a disengage action as they do. Your mephits, particularly the injured ones, Lorien, care to follow. Would you allow them to do so, recklessly as it is to rush into a wall of solid stone?
I will let 2 of them do it, but I want to hold 2 back.
Fabulous. These other 2 will rush in. And let's get some rolls. I'm actually going to roll their Frost Breath ability on the imps, which is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow, that saves. So this imp takes... Let's get here. 3, and then downski, downski. All right. You wait for a moment, and then your mephits return, phasing out of that stone as if it were nothing, which, well, it is nothing. And the mephits wave towards you, Lorraine, with a, yeah.
Offering Lulu a hand to see if she wants to come with me, and then starting to cross the bridge.
Say, sure, let's go.
We have to go underground. Okay. Fine. Let's do this.
Morakir will put his hand on your shoulder, Rihanna, to say, do you need me?
No, I've got this.
I will keep watch from here and ensure nothing strikes you from behind.
Thank you. Also, if I don't come out by the end of the day, tell my parents.
Of course.
I don't want to leave them.
Climb up on this ridge, perch out like a little hawk up on hill. So, you all may proceed as you like.
Do this.
The bridge sways as you cross it. There's a bit of a uncertainty to it. Your stomach goes a little whoa, whoa. If you would like to, and this is a purely character choice, you may roll a Constitution save against throwing up. Which I'm gonna roll for Martha. She starts to cross the bridge with Rhiannon. Keeps it in her stomach. But as you're crossing Aaron, Martha's definitely like, do you go in high places a lot? I mean, I know we did rooftops and stuff, but this is just ridiculous.
Well,
Would have hated the tower.
I can turn into a dragon now, so yes.
You're joking.
No.
No!
I need to see this to believe it.
Not on the bridge. We're still standing on it. You're too
Yeah,
heavy as
that's
a
not a good
dragon.
Okay. All right. Sure. And so you come across. And Lorianne, you may wave your hand to dispel the illusion so that your companions know where they are going. Would you like to?
Sure. Yep.
Here is now the mouth of a cave, within which, shortly after, you can see worked smooth stone and stairs leading down into the sanctum. Are you ready to enter it, everyone?
I'm gonna go in
I'll
last.
send 2 of the elementals first.
Excellent. Get to way and get.
Rhiannon will be rather hesitant to go in, but she will.
Let's do this, and we need our friend. All right. So, several of the mephits are entering first.
Well, 2 of them. I'd like to keep the other 2 close to Lulu.
Do you want the healthy or the unhealthy ones to go in?
I'll send the 2 that are on the weaker side in, and the 2 strong ones I want to keep as protectors for Lulu.
Fantastic. And the Conjure Elemental spell lasts for...
An hour.
Does. And you were out of combat, so you certainly had the 1 minute to conjure these elementals. So they are around for a good moment. All right, let me copy them into our... into our next area. These 2 back here, and these 2 are going to go ahead in. And now seems the appropriate time to give you the map, which Lorien has sketched out on a piece of paper, of the Sanctum of Eons. So, you will be beginning down here where the entry traps are marked. These traps are of an elemental nature, and at the end of the hallway is the statue of a knight, which can animate and strike out with its sword. These traps may still be online or may have been disabled, you can't be certain. But the Mephits will make it right to the foot of where the traps begin without interference, nor do they see anything at the other side of the hall. Would you like to proceed within? Would you like to send your scouts further? What is the attack plan?
I'll send one of them further to see what happens.
Okay. That one Mephit will make it to the end of the hall without triggering any traps. The 2 long corridors to the left and right are there. And at the end of one of them, it perceives something. So it will return, and it will communicate in sort of a garbled tone. Kind of point at your map at the end of the hallway and make gestures and hold up 2 fingers and keep drawing gestures as if someone is moving into the storeroom.
Storeroom. Oh, there it is. Yep. Okay.
On the right. What do you all think?
Okay.
It should also be noted that these Mephits are not stealthy scouts, and while this one was lucky not to be seen,
Yeah.
they certainly could be.
I might be able to scout more ahead better than they can. And I wouldn't be seen. Aaron's watched me do it. I could be a spider. Just climb along the ceiling.
Which also means you wouldn't set off any traps.
Theoretically.
Ceiling traps.
No, see, that's when you transform into a bee, because then you can't hit any traps.
It's true, I could fly. Yeah. Actually, yeah, I will turn into a bee.
And we do have a bee token.
I know we do.
I'm gonna bring us all in to the top of the stairwell of the
Yeah,
Sanctum
we
of
can.
Eons.
Yeah, I mean, Rhiannon is very shaky when telling you that she can do this, but she can do this.
Let's get that bee in here.
Listen, I have faith in you.
This is the most
Not a matter
thematic of our tokens,
not a
of
matter
course.
not a matter of courage. It's a matter of this place reminds me of that place.
All
There
right.
are windows here.
S-
There's no devils here, though.
We just saw 2.
All right. You should be able to move the
Baby ones, they don't count.
bee around, Audrey.
Cool. Yeah, I'm big.
Right.
I'm flying like right in the middle of the hallway so that I'm like equidistant from ceiling to floor and walls. So
Fabulous.
I'm not touching things.
And these traps, which would be triggered by
These are the traps. Okay.
gargoyle heads along the wall, do seem to be presently inactive.
Oops. I I didn't grab both of them. There we go. Okay.
You can see that
Oh.
knight statue at the end of the hall, as is framed by 2 glowing lanterns.
The bee pauses for a minute. Shaky. It's fine. Everything's fine. All right.
This is as far as the Mephit had scouted.
Okay.
And it had at the end of the hallway, where I will put down a dim light object here for us. Just a second. Here. The end of this hallway is where it saw something moving.
Okay. Well, let me.
I'll also alight the other end of the hallway this way. All the way over here.
Okay, but it saw movement down here.
On the east side, correct.
Okay. You get down. That's another little hallway.
That is another little hallway with a wooden door at the end of it.
Okay. Well, I'm a bee. I can't open doors. Okay. So it saw something here. So there's a set of doors here.
That's right.
Is there enough of a gap in the door I can get by?
Well, I suppose that's actually to an extent up to Lorian and his construction. How tight of fits of these wooden doors would have been made. There are metal doors that guard the chamber of the crystal itself, but these are sort of the first layer of simple doorways.
There's a little room for wind and such to stir between them.
So you have it. You can move by. I will let that deactivate the barrier as I suppose you're moving through. Or actually, I'll just move you through.
Yeah, it's like, I just can't do things. Okay.
You note immediately several things of note. First, this roguish fellow and this armored woman are putting down a crate on the stack, and you can see several of these crates are open. The stones within the Epicrium that fell from the sky.
Oh, that's a lot of it.
As of note, this masked fellow seems to be in a similar garb as the ones which attacked in the valley. Likely they followed Lorian and took the opportunity to attempt to ambush his apprentice. But this armored woman and this armored man, they are armored in the blue colors of Stamos, god of order, and bear his holy symbol.
Dirk's not gonna like this. Dirk, Dirk's not gonna like this at all. Okay,
Indeed.
so that's interesting. Just gonna buzz my little self. I'm trying to stay on the like, how tall are the ceilings?
I would say the ceilings are probably about 10 foot tall on average.
I am like right at the top.
Right at the top of that. All right.
Yeah, just so I'm like out of the way. Okay. Yeah. Gonna try and buzz past these guys. We got another door here.
We do.
Okay.
Is your interest in buzzing through it?
No, not yet. Okay. Gonna not push my luck. Buzz my little self back out.
Okay. Fabulous.
Okay, I'm just gonna check the other end of the hall just in case.
Fantastic.
Okay, is it a similar kind of door?
It is.
Okay, because I remember that it's kind of like loops in on itself
Mhm.
from the map.
That's right.
Okay.
And that map should be in your journal, if I format it correctly. Yeah, under documents, and so you all can refer to it as you...
Perfect. Okay, so that was the storeroom. That was a hallway. Okay, so that's what that little door was that led to the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
The dining room. All right, let's just see if I can buzz into the dining room just to see what's
More
of it.
paladins, more acolytes of Asmodeus. Here you see what is a simple dining room. upon the table of which, where food should normally go, are laying more of these meteors from the sky, these crystal-like smooth stones. But here, you watch as one of these disciples absorbs part of the stone through his hands, his eyes aglow with a light hue, and then he holds his hands out as this woman puts her hand out, palm open, and that material then begins to reform itself, taking on the shape of a long sword, the hilt of which falls into the palm of the paladin. He says, "Finally, been waiting my turn to get one of these." Sheaths it. Stepping back.
Those guys were jerks. Buzzing my way back out and going back to everybody. And
Band's back together.
I'm back. So yeah. It's not just followers of Asmodeus in here. There's paladins of Stamos in here. I don't know why they're working together. Well, okay. The basics of why they're working together I know now, because they're the followers of Asmodeus appear to be making the weapons out of the stuff called the stones from the sky.
Well,
Making the weapons
Epicrium
out of that.
is the official term, but
No,
the Paladins of
Rhiannon
Stamos, thanks to
wouldn't
Dirk,
know.
seem to enjoy calling it Stemonium.
Okay, that I'm definitely not calling it that. No, also Rhiannon has heard Epicrium once, is like, right, rocks from the sky.
Rocks from the sky, indeed.
Yeah, so they're making the weapons for the followers of Stamos. And this is really confusing, but they're using at least your storeroom. Well, the storeroom seems to be still a storeroom just for rocks, and they're using your dining room as an assembly line. I didn't get to the kitchen yet.
They will leave my home.
Oh, that would be great. I don't like them either, so. So, yeah. Shall we? There are more weaponry in the dining room, so if we want to deal with these people, we may want to start in the storeroom.
As for some base context in case it's helpful, Stamos is well known as one of the 5 gods of the Pantheon of Unity, of Cadlian worship. The Pantheon is the general deity set which citizens would default to, and they are generally quite holy and upstanding in their approach to things. Therefore, this is certainly a out-of-character appearance, as with public knowledge of what these gods would to do. So, how do you all care to approach this situation?
Trying to think, because I didn't want to go too far in and then get stuck somewhere. So I only went through to the kitchen, or through to the dining room and the storeroom. It, just judging by what I've seen, there's got to be more deeper in, but they seem to be really stuck on this Epicrium stuff. That seems to be their job here, I guess.
Gina, I'm curious where your thoughts are at.
Do we know where the gargoyle traps are activated from?
Lorian, you would know that they are generally designed as proximity traps unless the appropriate command word is stated so that one may be allowed to pass. And since they have not triggered, they are currently inactive. If you would like to investigate them, you could learn more about their nature. Their current status, rather.
One moment, I just briefly need to step away. I'll be right back.
All right.
Sorry.
As it is. In that case, I'll have Lulu step forward and take a quick look at what we're working with here. Lulu's suggestion would be that if it is so desired, the traps could be reactivated to trigger on proximity.
We could reactivate them and try and draw them out. However, we don't know how many people are in here. I don't know if that's our best bet. If we're trying to get these folks out, making the route out more impossible might be the exact opposite of what we want to do.
So there's the answer to that question, Gina. We know that those traps aren't on, could be on.
Is there any way we can figure out potentially how many people are in here?
Or scouting?
I mean, I could do it again. I wouldn't be able to turn into anything after that. I'd need to rest a bit. But I also, wandering around as a bug, it's really hard to see me, but you could see me, and if somebody just has the natural reaction to smack a bug, then I'm me, and I'm stuck in the middle of everything alone.
Yeah, that's not a good idea.
That's why I came back.
Apologies, I had to take care of something briefly.
Happy to have you back.
Yeah,
The resolution
no one,
to the trap situation, Lulu has taken a look at them. If desired, they could be reactivated to trigger and deal elemental damage on proximity or the Guardian swing its sword. But as of now, they are off. And we were just discussing options for sneaking in and the risks of a druid as a bee being deep in a hive of foes.
Yeah, that's why I came back.
Indeed.
I didn't want to get, somebody just go shoo and I get knocked back to being me. That would ruin everybody's plans.
Quite.
Do any of you have the invisibility spell?
Oh, I'm a druid.
Is that in your repertoire, Aaron? All right. That rules that out. Just a thought. Martha will suggest you, Aaron, we could just sneak in. Be real quiet, like. Move as pairs or as a team.
I do have fog cloud.
Well, that'd be a good in a pinch.
I think we can just kind of be quiet. There's nobody in the halls up to the storeroom in the kitchen or in the dining room. And they don't seem to be going that way.
Worst case scenario, if we see one person in the hallway, I could polymorph them.
Well, so could I.
Yeah, I'll probably, if no one has any strong preferences, I will probably advance with 2 of the elementals going as vanguard.
Okay. That works.
And
Yeah,
again,
if
the
you
other
wanna
2
start-
are given strict orders to protect Lulu.
Indeed. At which they'll kind of roll up next and go, just say, yeah, I know. You want to get in there. So do I, to be frank.
let's do this. Let's go.
Then go ahead and take lead if you like, Lorian. Stepping ahead.
Well, the elementals will be going with me or going in front of me.
Indeed they will. Let me just check here. Yeah, you should have control over their tokens, so you should be able to move them up as well.
Yeah.
And drag a box around yourself and them if you'd like to move as a little group.
Oh, okay.
Martha's gonna slink right up and start following close behind. This is like one of your old gigs, Aaron. Just with a whole lot more weight to it. Stepping forward, there are no errant occurrences.
Rhiannon is now moving like fairly slowly, keeping herself towards the back.
All right.
Oh, whoops. What have I... How do I remove the grouping?
Just should
click
be
anywhere else, and then
edge.
just click on your token.
Yep, just click.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Yeah. As it stands, these hallways, for the moment at least, still remain empty.
I
As
think I'll leave one of them to guard
Mephit
the rear a
moves
bit.
to right there, there is an occurrence. In a spark of flames, a trap is triggered. Fire splashes
There was
outwards atop that Mephit and deal to it 13 points if it fails a dexterity saving throw, which it will roll a... Where have we? No, I'm just going to roll the d20 raw. Rolls a 20. It saves, it takes 6 points of damage, and steps back, giving a rah! As the trap triggers its once use and is no longer a concern. It steps forward again with a annoying. Ah.
I'd also like to do a I think it would be a perception check to see what I can tell about this corridor, looking for more traps and the like.
Please do.
Is Lulu following us?
Yeah.
Okay. There's just...
Excellent. You don't see any traps down the east side of the corridor, but you do detect one hidden within the arcane weave, which is here.
Okay.
And presently untriggered.
Like a rune sigil kind of thing?
Kind of thing. It seems more like it was a mechanical construct that is moved slightly out of phase with existence so that it's harder to detect. But...
So my detect magic has dissipated at this point, correct?
yes.
Okay, just confirming.
Mm-hmm. So then. Triggered trap on the right. Untriggered on the left. Lorian and the Mephit move forward. Martha says, come on, Aaron, let's go. We're gonna miss out on all the loot.
Rhiannon just keeps getting...
And even if the elementals are out of my sight, I would still know if something happened to them, correct?
We'll say so. I'm not certain, but yes. That's how I'll roll it.
Okay. Good. Otherwise, I'd be handling the situation a little differently.
Mm-hmm. All right. What's next, then? Arthur's gonna move up alongside you and be like, can we get a little moving here? I mean, it's pretty clear ahead, right?
Up until the storeroom.
Ooh, door. She's like, "Should we
Wait,
go?"
I didn't check that one.
Well,
She's always been a bit impulsive.
Be careful when you open it. It's a hallway according to the map.
she'll carefully open the door quietly.
She didn't grow up on the streets like I did.
Grew up in the woods and I know to be careful.
Excuse me.
Okay, so what do we got down here? Judging by the map.
Martha, careful.
All right. You can go first. That's fine.
What?
I mean, I feel like we killed the sentries outside. It's only so long before and we saw a person in the hallway. There's probably gonna be another person in the hallway.
We still want to exercise caution.
All right, of course.
Well, we know what's behind this door and it's people. So maybe using this hallway is a better idea. It's not a bad idea, it's just I didn't know what was here. I didn't look in this one. Looks like it's the hallway. Again, judging by the map, it's the hallway to a hallway that connects the dining room.
All right.
Saw that doorway. We don't want to go in the dining room. There's weapons in there. There's paladins with weapons in there.
So proceed as you'd like.
I mean, this is your house. I'm not really sure how you want to get rid of folks, but I know that there's quite a few in there, and there's then there's the people making weapons in the dining room.
And they all need to be dealt with.
Well, I'd say start here if we're gonna do that. So we can do that. Everybody wants to do that.
It'd be a choice.
How many people did I see in the storeroom again? There was
4.
two paladins, and 2 of the followers of Asmodeus.
That's right.
I would relay that to everybody, that there's 4 people in there. As far as I know that there may be more in the building, but when I saw that a few minutes ago, it was 4 people. You're just gonna kick the door down and do this?
Sounds like a
I
plan.
can bring one of the full ones up.
All right.
Actually, I think I'll bring this one up as well.
Sounds good.
Keep an eye on Lulu. 'Cause
I know.
Lulu, it's fine. I don't want to be in the front here. I want to be here.
Mephits move up to the door. Are they going to push it open?
I'm gonna look at the others and just... Is everyone ready?
They'll ever be.
Martha pulls her hand crossbow out and
All
holds
right.
it in hand.
In that case, let's send them in.
Doors go open, and the Mephits give a... Is your command to attack? Or just to warn?
I'm gonna have them go in, and I'll step in with them and say, in a very firm voice, "You will leave my house."
Alright. So as you move in, first of all, the 2 foes who are followers of Asmodeus, first I'm going to... It's an object up here so we get clear illumination. Draw their weapons. and move into combat positions. This paladin says, hold on. Who? This isn't your house. This is where we... Who are you?
I am Lorien Anar, and you will leave my home.
Looks to the other paladin, who steps up and says, this place belongs to the Order of Stamos and Associates. I don't think you want to be threatening us. We're a rather powerful group.
You did not build this. It is not yours. You will leave.
Each other, and we're gonna step forward and say, first woman will say, no, it is ours. It is ours now. And I don't want to draw my sword on you and your little icy friends, but I will.
By what right do you claim this?
By the right of Stamos, god of order.
And by what right does he claim it?
He claims it to defend the Virgin Empire from the invaders and the villains. We've just lost Virgin City. We need to be stronger now than ever. In this time,
So
you
you
witness
would take-
one of these scouts that seems to go for this back door to leave. Go ahead,
Let me see.
but consider that factor.
Yeah.
Aaron, Rhiannon, are either of you going to partake, or are you leaving this conversation to the man of the house?
Rhiannon is kind of leaning up against the wall, looking not as bad as she did in hell, but she's not doing so well in here.
Erin
Who's-
has her fireball wand in hand, twirling it.
Okay. All right. Well,
I'm so glad I gave you that.
so glad that the gnomes...
So I think.
Yes.
So how far away is that one who's trying to leave?
He is 50 feet away.
50.
Mm-hmm.
He's 50 feet away. Okay, in that case. Yep, I guess we'll do this again. I'm gonna summon some elementals to block his path.
Now, I believe, as I just saw on sheet, let's take a second look at this. Just to confirm casting times we're dealing with. So, I've just noticed that the minor elementals is, and the conjure elementals is a minute. So these are not going to be
Summon and conjure.
goes instantly. Either, yeah, they're both
Okay.
1 minute to bring in the ally. Yep.
In that case, how fast can they cover ground?
The Mephits can.
Yeah.
Here, Mephit. Mephit is 30-foot flying speed, so it could move to here, and it could catch up with a dash.
Okay, so they'd have to chase after him then.
They'd have to chase after him, and that's all they'd be able to do as a round would begin.
But if he moved away, they'd have an attack of opportunity.
Let's see what else we could do.
While Lorien schemes, Lulu puts her hand on your shoulder, Rhiannon, and says, "Hey, it's gonna be okay. We're not gonna be down here for long. And
I know.
I hope that you never have to go back to hell. You certainly won't end up there when you die. You're a good soul."
Thanks. I also think I annoyed Asmodeus enough that he doesn't want to deal with me ever again.
"Not so sure about you, Firecracker," she says with a wink and a smile at Aaron.
Listen, I had fun down there.
Is there a door that he's specifically to this space he's walking through? Is that
Yes,
is there an actual door there?
there is.
Oh, he said he's 50 feet away.
That's correct.
Okay. In that case, yeah, I think I would just have to send one of the elementals after him
Okay.
to stop him from leaving.
All right, so what you were saying to the paladin before I noted you of this occurrence, would you care to return to, or are you just going to point your finger for that elemental to rush forward?
Yeah, I'll gesture for one of the elementals to go forward and stop that
All right,
figure
then.
from leaving.
As the elemental moves forwards, we are going to need to roll initiative because as it moves out of melee range of one of the paladins, it says, "Hey, I warned you!" and strikes out at the Mephit. Folks, let's get into turn order. That's 12 points to that Mephit. Is bloodied. Fabulous. Okay, let's get this right. Okie dokie. Lorraine, you will act first, as will your Mephits. This Mephit will complete its movement to here before the foe has had the chance to act. Would you like it to try and attack?
Yes.
All right. It's going to go with its Frost Breath. Rolls pretty stinky damage on, but we'll take it. And that's a save, so it'll deal only 3 points of damage to the foe. And that is its turn. You and your two other Mephits can act. What would you like to do?
Let's have two of them focus on the closer of the two warriors.
Okay. And in fact, they can both angle their Frost Breaths to catch both the two enemies. Who will save, so taking a total of 5 points from both Frost Breaths. That is the action of the Mephits. What would you like to do?
What indeed? Let's see how one of them reacts to a chill touch.
Fantastic. Alrighty. Go ahead and click on the text on that. Should send the attack properly. And that's at the warrior right here.
Sure.
Alright. Just go ahead and send that.
Right.
Yeah, just like so.
Already
And-
doing it.
Oh, there we go. Alright, that's not going to hit. Their armor is too thick, and the chill races up the shoulder pad, and the one will say, "Ah! Blasphemer!" drawing her sword. That's your turn. If you would like to take any movement, you certainly may. Rhiannon, you're up.
Okay, I'm gonna. That I can get to the door because I get fast. And hearing blasphemer, I look at them, then I look behind them at the followers of his modus. I'm like, "Are you sure about that?" And then we're going to we'll just throw a firebolt at that one. Yep,
Here, that's a hit for 17. Good stuff.
I'm done now.
Your foes will act. This one is going to immediately strike at the Mephit nearby it. That is a miss by 1, and that is a hit. It is going to fell this Mephit, which is going to cause the Mephit to burst. That is a death burst. And the other Mephit also has to roll against this, which is Dex. And so that's 5 points of slashing damage to either of them. This paladin is bloodied, and this Mephit is bloodied. This method is going to rush up to you, Lorian, and swing out his greatsword. Once, 11 should... 11 will connect for 9, and the 14 will connect for 12. And then we have the others. This fellow up here is going to... Let's see what we've got set. Use its cunning action to disengage from the method, preventing an attack of opportunity, and is going to rush out the door and down the hallway. This one is going to fire a crossbow bolt at the method, which strikes, and a second attack. This method is down to 2 hit points. And this one's going to jump up on this box here. Aaron, you're up.
Okay. We're gonna put a fireball.
Goodbye, crates. It was nice while we knew you.
Contents of the crates.
Bop. And this is going to be a 20-foot radius, so looking to get... Are you trying to get both of the paladins in that?
Yeah.
And this guy, you're going to get all of the methods, but they're also on death's door.
Yeah.
Are you good with that?
Yep.
Alrighty. Go ahead and roll your damage, please. Dex, and the methods cannot survive. I don't need to roll for them. The spy actually saves exactly, taking only 20. It is bloodied. But that is 40 points, and the knights are going to fail. Alright, this one is on its last legs, and this woman is incinerated. Down she goes.
Look over at Aaron. That was a bit much.
I think it was just enough. Maybe actually not enough.
And
Remind me never to tell my mom you did this because she will hate you.
Lulu
I
joining.
don't hurt trees or animals, just bad people.
I look at the incinerated crates made of wood.
Those are already dead trees.
Lulu is going to rush up and say, see? Look at you, Rhiannon. I told you. Hell. And Martha's going to bank around the corner and shoot her short bow at this paladin. And does not kill it, if only barely. Lauren, you're back up.
All right. Why don't we try another chill touch on this paladin?
You got it. Yeah, go ahead and click for me the text of the spell instead of the little blurb to actually send the attack to the chat.
Oh, sorry.
There you go, perfect. That will do, and the ghastly hand wraps itself around the paladin's throat, strangulating them. And she falls. And the one which ran off. Alright. And it happened again. Are we serious?
I can still hear you.
Okay, we're good. We're good. We just had a little drop there. Let's keep going.
Yeah.
Rhiannon, you're up.
Alright, so...
Moving if you like, Lorian, and...
I'm running 35 feet. Then, I'm gonna cast Misty Step.
Okay.
For myself. 30 feet would put me there. I can't see him. Damn it.
Oof. Actually, you can see just the bank of a cloak around this corner.
Okay, well, that's fine. Cause I can still dash.
Okay.
And I can't do anything but I just tap on the shoulder and go, hi!
He's like, ah! You see a metal door at the end of this hallway, and from the end of the other hallway, you can smell plants. Your foe is up. And this spy is going to take 2 hand crossbow shots at Lorien. First missing, the second hitting for 5. Mark this off for you. And that is here. Just doing some accounting here real quick. Alright. Fabulous. This spy is also going to rush out of the room, moving now like so. And he's going to use his cunning action to dash away, moving down that hallway. Alright, Aaron, you're up. Your enemies are on the run. What are you going to do?
I don't think I have Misty Step.
You do.
Yeah, you do. You do from the Mage
Oh,
Tower.
okay.
Yep.
That's how I have it, so.
Yep, we're gonna do that.
Fabulous. And that's taking you 30 forward to point of your choice.
And then we'll do a dash.
Alrighty. If you are concerned about the fact you are just... Oh, no. Perfect. Go for it. And Martha's up next. She is gonna... Cunning action, dash to here, which will put her in line of sight of the stinker down the tunnel. And she's gonna shoot her short bow. 14 will do. No sneak attack though, so he is still up. Alrighty, and Lulu is gonna move in, not getting left behind. Lorraine, you're up.
Alright, so we got this one guy left.
We have one guy left near Rhiannon and another guy that is down the hallway directly to the left,
Down the, yeah.
Gotcha.
which you can see here. Just illuminate that target for you.
And the one down here is blooded?
Yes.
Okay. What's the distance to the one who's blooded?
You're 40 feet away.
Alright. Now I'm gonna try chill touch on him.
Fabulous. Let's see it. 20, that will hit, and he gives a... As he crumples to the ground, he is down. Okay. That's you, Lorian. Movement if you'd like. Rhiannon, you're up.
It's a wild shape to do it. A lot of noise. Let's make a lot of noise. I just want to look at him and go. Oh. Yeah, I'm just looking at him. Still gonna run away?
He says, yes, and starts to dash.
Okay, well, let me cast frostbite on him.
Okay. Here is a con save, and he succeeds, no damage.
Ah! The jerk.
Yeah.
Alright. Oh! Oh, I could do something. I'm gonna upcast it just so that I still have the spell slots. Then I cast my C-step again.
Okay.
So that I'm in front of him.
Oh.
And now Aaron can see him.
All right. This is cool.
Yeah.
So you're in front of him, which means as he comes here, I'm going to say he's going to take some movement and then give it a...
I just walk forward.
And then he's going to turn back around and come to the end of the hallway and then... And he's going to rush up to this door with his dash. He's going to use his action to open it and say, intruders! Intruders!
Damn it. I was
Yelling out.
hoping.
And then you hear a... as there's a burst of flames as he seems to trigger not one, but 2 flame traps. And I'm gonna need him to roll against them. That's fails on both accounts. So he is in there. He takes 35. He's down. And with that, we are out of combat.
Stupidest idiot ever.
No, I can definitely think of stupider. This is the hallway I smelled plants from, wasn't it?
And you hear the sound of marching as you recognize the child-faced Marigan soldiers that haven't sighted you just yet, but are coming around the corner to investigate what's happened.
I'm going to run here and whisper Marigan to Erin. She's seen them before. She knows what they are.
Those things are still freaky looking.
Yeah. All right.
You can also, through this now opened door, see a pedestal, empty. Crystalline shards laying to the ground around it. In that room, which the last spy rushed into. There are also the footsteps of that pair of Marigans that are coming from this hallway. Aaron and Rhiannon, you two are in the path.
I have an idea.
What you got? What you got?
Yeah. I want to have a. I'm going to use Druidcraft. Hoping I can do that. Of having just like a thorny vine or something, just like jut out really fast at them, kind of acting as a trip, and also just to get their attention because I can cast 30 feet away.
I'm gonna have you roll a nature check and a deception check, and we'll take the higher of the two.
Okay. Nature.
May I help with
Perception.
those to get advantage?
This is pseudo advantage already, so no, but the 18 will do, as you hear a clonk clonk, and then peeking around the corner, you will perceive that the Marigans will now turn away with a grumble and speak some infernal
They've made noise.
mumbling,
Very.
but yes.
It's more noise than I've heard them make before. So I just dart across this hall. Okay.
They seem to have gone, oh, it was nothing, and returned to their posts.
That's fine. I just want to be on the other side now. All right. I'm assuming there are more folks down there other than those two Marigans. Those guys aren't fun, by the way.
Ooh, maybe we'll meet in Orthon.
I don't know what you're talking about, but no. Filthy is everything I hate in this world. All right. So where do we need to go next? I know we're trying to clear this place out. I saw the room to the north had broken crystal shards.
Let's
I'm guessing
take a second look at our map again.
that explains why I saw broken crystal shards. That makes sense now, and that's why I smelled plants, because garden. Okay.
With this map in mind, contemplate where you would like to move to next. Eon Crystal Room does contain the shards of the crystal, which once housed the prophecy of Eons so that it needed not be held within the mind of an individual. Lorian, you could certainly reclaim those and do something with them, but there is as well the matter of the intruders and flushing them out.
If we get into that crystal room, could you do something that we wouldn't be trying to fight all of these I don't know what's, because the deeper we get in, the bigger the members of hell seem to get.
Hmm.
Any
If
big...
we reclaim, I'm sorry?
Go ahead, please.
If we reclaim the crystal chamber, I can certainly seal it against them.
Mhm. That could be of interest.
What if, because it seemed it was trapped, it at least had some traps in it, seeing as how that guy kind of melted himself. And it's
I should be able to resolve those.
Those may also have been the infernal traps which one of the Mephits encountered before.
I'm wondering, just because it's kind of a choke point. Could we use it to trap them?
I don't think it'd be wise to trap them in the crystal room. That place is powerful.
Just looking at this map, there's so many hallways.
So many.
There's not as many stairs. There are so many hallways that people can just get at us from all angles.
With a bit of preparation, if we know where they are, there are ways that I can make them vulnerable.
Well, some of them are in the garden, because we just saw 2 of them. At least some of them are in the garden. I don't know about the kitchen. I know some are in the dining room. It would...
Martha's going to jump forward and say, so let's go in the crystal room. That's the plan, right?
Maybe.
Let's go. Let's go. Come on.
Okay. You said there's power in that crystal room. Is there things in there that could help you make getting rid of them easier?
It's not power that can be tapped quickly or easily, but it's definitely power they should not have.
Okay. Fine. I mean, I can turn that garden into a living hell. I can, as long as there's plants. I can make it kind of awful for them in there. If you want to try that?
We can certainly take a look and see how things are in there.
Let's try that.
Let's do it.
Okay. All right. Why am I first? Are you going in the crystal room?
Let's do both.
Oh, I thought we were going to the garden.
The garden.
Where's the garden?
Crystal's here. Garden's here.
Garden is to the west from here.
Oh, for some reason I thought we were in a different corridor.
Ah, they become winding.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Get good at getting around weird buildings without windows.
All right.
No offense. I mean, this building is kind of strange. And there are windows.
These wizards and their stone buildings.
Without windows! Not a fan. At all.
Harder to find.
Stupid. Windows are great.
What's your plan for the garden, Audrey?
Well, I have this lovely spell called Wrath of Nature.
Uh-huh. Let's see it.
Okay, hold on. It's a 60-foot cube of absolute nonsense.
Roots
If I have
and
play
vines, they can restrain the Marigans. Is that your intent?
Uh-huh.
All right. Why don't you step forward into that room and cast a spell?
I'm gonna do that. Okay. All right. Okay. There. Oh, it's one of those gardens.
Yeah.
gardens without their ground. Yeah, so Rhiannon's gonna walk in to get as much of a view as she can and drop it over as many plants as she
Let's
can.
give you a little bit more of a view then.
Yeah. But as she walks past, she is like grumbling, stupid wizard gardens without their dirt.
Alright, so you cast the spell, the Marigans turn towards you, hoist their halberds in your direction before the plants pull them against the edge, and they are restrained by them. And for the sake of our resolution here, they are going to stay restrained until such time as you wish to release it.
Well, here's the thing. I do have another question. Are there rocks?
No.
Damn it. Okay, that's fine then. I will. All right, our little visitors in here are dealt with.
Very good.
Alright, look at the map. So we have the kitchen to the south, direct south of us, the library direct north of us. There are only 2 Marigans in here, which is a good thing. And I just want to get there. I'm assuming there's doors blocking the way between both the kitchen and the library.
There are doors at the ends of the halls here.
Okay,
and here.
yeah, but there's doors like you can't. I can see the hallway. I can't see the door.
Right, that's correct.
Okay, and directly open the thing.
We'll refer to this.
Directly in front of us is a hallway.
That's right.
Which
As we are right now in the garden, so the north is the library, the south is the kitchen, then there's a hallway to the west which leads to bedrooms and the loo.
Well, you know, I always accidentally find those. I'm glad it's marked on a map this time.
All right.
All right. Okay, these guys are taken care of for now.
They silently squirm against the vines.
Let's make them tighter. Stop it.
A good knock to the head often silences fools.
Yeah, they're already pretty silent.
So does fire.
I look at plants. I look at Erin. Give her the
Oh,
look.
right. No, plants burn bad.
I just look around. You're bright. I like you.
Bonk. Bonk. And I'm just going to go ahead and for the sake
that's
of our
fine.
brevity here, knock this guy out. And
Rhiannon
with assistance.
tries to bonk him with her staff.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and knock these guys out. This is a little bit sort
Bonk.
of abbreviated. I could make this much more difficult for you, but I see not reason to.
Okay.
These 2 Marigans are enwrapped in vines, and you can let the spell go now as well if you would like, and they will just kind of slump into the garden.
I do. Okay, I know that works now. Have
So.
fun with that later. All right, where to next? I mean, I'm
Several
sure there's
doors.
some kind of boss person. I mean,
Maybe.
don't know much about tactically things, but I know that we were trying to do that with the big fight that happened in the city. Take out a boss person. All of the little guys are just confused.
All right, would you like to search for them?
Library? Oh, hold on.
Could be.
How's everybody? Everybody else is doing okay. Sorry, I needed to just look up that stuff of healing again.
All good. Well, you know what? I'll use our friend here a little bit.
Oh,
Martha will roll a couple of perception checks for us.
okay. I'm gonna cast a level 2 Cure Wounds from the staff on Lorian
Fabulous.
because
Martha,
Most kind.
there you go. Take
excellent.
17.
Martha will report back her findings. She'll say, all right, from the kitchen, sounds like there's a bunch of rumbly little voices. Kind of angry and sounds like someone's cooking. And then from ahead, it sounded like some very officious, important voices in the library.
He's like the person we might want to deal with.
I think... How far is from where we are to the interior of the library, approximately?
Oh, like it past
30
the
feet
door.
to be just in the door, and the center of the library would be about 40.
But if you get to the door...
Alright, in that case, I'm gonna get a bit closer into the hallway so that 30 feet would be the interior. And then, let me find it. Also confirm what I'm doing. Oh wait, I am going to... I'm gonna cast Arcane Eye.
Ooh, la la. All right. This will be perfect. Let's get a little weapon token out just to mark the location on this. And you are peering into this room, I would like to presume.
Yeah, I'm sending it into the room to spy on them.
Magical eye. All right, and so in that case, I should be able to do one of these and give it some vision. Let's go boom boom. And it should now manifest as a blade within the next room. Within which you can now see, and you can quietly hear the conversation between two figures. A green-skinned woman with pointed ears and a golden dragonborn paladin, who appears to be colored in the Stamos clothings. There are as well 2 more Marigans within this room.
Oh, I didn't like him.
Him?
The Dragonborn, I've dealt with him before.
So, as we now stand before this occurrence, the leaders of your foes revealed, and their whispers now coming briefly to your ears, we are going to take our brief intermission for our night. We're going to just take a little 5-minute break, and then we'll be able to step into our last hour. I will see you all very shortly. We are back
Dragon
on,
time?
everyone. Let's get going.
All right.
For the room ahead, I will inform you of this conversation. The paladin within inquires further on details to say, This is bad business. I hate to ask of these details, but what about infernal iron? If truly no more stimonium can be acquired, then perhaps we could outfit small militias with resources from your house. We need something. More weapons, better weapons, we cannot let this undead menace take our city. And the woman will say, calm down, Gervin. You know the fastest way to do this, you're just ignoring it. Pact yourself to Asmodeus, and all of this can become smooth. So, my God has not commanded me to do as such. He has commanded me, and you are hearing this through the door, and you can pass this information back, Lorien, to the others, so that they might be informed as well. My lord did command me to make agreement with you, even in knowledge of your masters, but to arm us against the threat. He saw the wrong threat. And Krutika will say, yes. He saw the wrong threat, so you understand. Your god can be fallible. Trust in one whose perspective is greater. Trust in Asmodeus. Dragonborn says, no, I won't. Crosses his arms and turns back to papers and books that he is examining on this table. How would you all like to continue?
I'm thinking, among other things, it might be time for me to cast Mage Armor myself, since I think this is going to be a bit of a rough fight.
Let's go with that. Let's bump your armor class right up there.
And that won't break the eye spell, right?
Correct. No, the mage armor is a non-concentration spell. So there you have it, and I'll go ahead and just tick this on for you on your sheet. Sit right back there. And that is, now reflected with the 14 armor class. Much better. Okay. Mage armor is up.
Sorry, I didn't want to cut you off.
No, I've got nothing. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just thinking, turning to the others, it sounds like this paladin may be having second thoughts about this partnership. It might be that he does not, in fact, need to be our enemy. Maybe, I don't know. You seem to know him better than I do.
Okay. He seems to be a bit, when I met him, he's kind of an idiot. But paladins of Stamos, from what I've seen of them, they're fighting on our side. I mean, sort of the devils, but that seems to be a bit more tenuous. We might be able to convince him. I know what I know about them. They love order. Stamos is big on that.
Yeah. In light of what we've just heard, we could go in there and approach both of them as enemy, or just Dark One. If we only approach the Dark One as an enemy, I could, for example, blind them, which would give us an additional window.
So maybe we don't need to approach them as enemies at all. Like I said, the devils are fighting on
Either one of them?
Either one of them. Like I said, the devils are currently fighting on our side. They don't like what's happening up here either. This whole Orcus nonsense. I don't really understand all of it, but Asmodeus said that Orcus needs to go. The Hells don't want him. We don't want him. Not necessarily cut and dry. I mean, yes, they stole your house, and that's not cool. And I mean, but like, they might be reasonable people. I mean, honestly, the devils seem overly reasonable, which is terrifying because they really love their paperwork and order and rules and things. It might be possible to talk, and so go in, talk, and then fight if we have to.
Devils are only reasonable because they are very good at making deals that are unfavorable to whoever they're making a deal with.
Completely. No, I do understand that part, but just, again, right now, right here, in the next, the biggest problem is against all of us.
The trick is you need to make them desperate.
Honestly, I think they might be right now. Everyone is. Like I said, when Asmodeus told us to deal with the Orcus problem, I mean, frickin' Asmodeus, but he seems to want this whole Orcus thing cleared up before he starts doing whatever he's planning on doing. That's future people's problem, not mine. Right now, at least. Everybody is desperate.
That could work.
So maybe we go in and talk, and if we have to fight, sure, I'm not gonna say no to it, but we could talk to them.
Even if we go in to talk, I think it would be prudent if I summon another elemental, a larger one, to make it very clear that this is not something that they can lightly refuse.
I mean, no, I mean, I'm not saying go in all wishy-washy, but I mean, and I can be things far bigger than a bee if I need to be. So we can,
I'm willing to give them a chance.
Maybe just get them to clear the heck out.
I'm willing to give them a chance, but there are things here that they do not understand, and they should not be interfering with.
No, I completely agree, but it honestly looks like they just turned this place into a friggin' weapons factory. Seem to be ignoring most things. This is space.
All right. You've got a plan. Shall we do a greater elemental summon?
Yep, let me bring up that. And in theory, what I would do, and I think this is feasible, since I have the eye, even through the door I have line of sight, so I can summon the elemental within that room.
Yeah. Right? Absolutely.
Right. Prove our point before we get in the room.
So.
I'm sorry?
Does it prove our point before we get in the room?
Yep, okay, I just want to make sure I didn't...
Yeah.
Anyway, so...
What kind of elemental?
Where's Lulu, by the way?
Oh, she's along.
She should be with the...
Yeah, she's...
With the remaining lesser.
She's here. She's just...
In the garden.
Yeah, she's just... Nah,
Don't worry about her.
Alright. What element? Air, earth, fire, or water? Of elemental would you like to cast within the room?
This creature, at least one of them is dragonborn, so I doubt he would be terribly intimidated by fire. There probably isn't enough water in the region to... I'm sorry?
So I wouldn't summon a fire elemental in the library.
Yeah. I think probably an earth elemental would be most feasible just because it's a stone structure.
Excellent. Let's get it. And that is bum.
Excuse me.
So, you complete the 1 minute incantation required to conjure this elemental, and the floor bursts as it shifts into the space. The paladin immediately with a "What?" Your eye being dismissed, and a "What madness is this?" As a sword is drawn, you can hear. Will you open the door?
I step into the room.
All right.
Yes.
Please do so. And others, if you would like to join Lorien and assist in his show of force.
My name is Lorien Anar. You have usurped my home. I would have you leave.
The paladin turns with focus towards you. He says, "What? This is your home? Why is it your home? Who are you?" And the green-skinned woman holds up a hand and says, "Calm yourself, Gervin. I will handle this." She steps forward and says, "Lorien Alar, my name is Mistress Elizabeth. Pleasure to make a personal acquaintance with you. Well, I'm sorry to have had to, some months' time ago, take possession of your home. And I'm sorry that I was unable to acquire that which I came here looking for, other than shards, pieces, chunks left over. You had good plans in place. Good fail-safes. Let us put the past in the past. We have taken this space and reorganized it as a headquarters for our exploits, which we are partners with the Paladins of Stamos in. Our aims are your aims, to vanquish the foul undead scourge from the Virgin Empire, to cut out the rot at the heart of Cadlia. And it's unfortunate that we've been unable to succeed so far in that. But we keep making weapons. We keep converting that epicrium which is collected after its fall from the skies. We are moving forwards. Would you like to make a deal?
I built this place. I built this place with one purpose in mind, to protect something very precious. You did not build it. You have no claim to it. You can go elsewhere and complete your work elsewhere.
Indeed, so we could. She glances around, appearing to size up the folks in this space. Says, do you think we could defeat you? Do you think you could defeat us? Could you defeat an agent of Asmodeus and a paladin of Stamos? I think yes. Could you defeat an agent of Asmodeus and a paladin of Asmodeus? She turns to the Dragonborn and heaves a I don't know about that. Gervin, this man stands to usurp what progress your order has made. He would make a mockery of you. He would deprive you of the weapons that you have fought so hard for. Dragonborn steps forward and says, I thought you were going to handle this. And she says, I am. Gervin, you can solve this situation right now. Take the Pact of Asmodeus. Pledge your personal service to him. Become his paladin. And we might resolve this without bloodshed. Or with victory. Dragonborn looks flustered. You all see...
I look at him.
Go ahead.
Is this what it means to be a paladin in this day and age? Is this what you have become?
What I have become? I am Stamos' sword! I am the sword of Cadlia, where the Pantheon would fail! They would be complacent! Stamos would have action! Not complacency, not passiveness. We acted where the other gods waited. If the gods had united, we could have destroyed the Ixaris invaders and then the cultists of Orcus. We could have rooted out this plot before it had the chance to flourish, but no. They stood. You hear the voice of Lulu behind you, and Rhiannon and Aaron, you recall what she references as she speaks. She says, 5 bishops protect a king on the board. 1 bishop leaves the unity. An opening, the pieces come in and take the king. You recall her moving pieces around on a chessboard in the Mage Tower in this pattern. And now perhaps understand its implication. Stamos was the bishop which broke the line. Stamos acted alone, and the Pantheon of Unity was shattered. Gervin says, I cannot see all that I have worked for go to waste. He looks towards those of you who have entered the room and says, is the cost of Cadlia truly that I take this oath, and that I hold arms against it? I see no other choice here. She puts me in this position.
Well, you're obviously blind. Why? Why here? Why do you have to make the weapons here? Why can't you just leave? You all seem like, I thought, fairly reasonable people. At least the last time I saw you, you were so hell-bent on making sure you had a very specific contract put into place.
The mistress steps back into the shadow of the earth elemental, looking up over her shoulder. She says, "Because I deem it so. We will draw swords with you, unless Gervin takes his oath. We will refuse to leave this place, unless he is promised to Asmodeus."
So this has nothing to do. This is just you trying to add another contract to your list. That's all this is.
She smirks. Gervin says,
Don't do it, Gervin. As you can tell, you're just a prize to be won. It has nothing to do with you.
"Would be you.
Is your honor bought so cheaply?
My honor is
Said it better than I
impugnable.
could.
My
Well, I never
order
said
is
anything.
of infinite strength. It looks.
Do you really need her?
And prove it.
Would we not be stronger? Would we not be at a better chance to destroy his foe if I take this sacrifice into myself?
Only
And
a
what would
coward
your
makes a
fellow
deal
Would you
with the
paladins
poison
devil.
yourself?
What would you-
Oh, good. One at a time. Aaron, what did you have?
Only a coward makes a deal with the devil. Are you a coward?
Lorian, what did you have?
Would you poison yourself to win?
Rhiannon, what did you have?
What would the rest of your order think?
All of you roll persuasion checks, please.
Oh, God. At least somebody's good at persuasion, because it's not me. See, not me.
All right. A 9, a 13, and a 20.
Thank God somebody's charismatic. Because it ain't me.
Gervin turns towards the mistress, says, "I have made a deal for my god, but you will not have my soul. We will stand with light in our hands, not flame and shadow. Leave as this man asks, so will we." She goes, "I'm disappointed, Gervin." We will. We will leave this place. You will have no more arms from the 9 hells. Asmodeus will no longer support the Order of Stamos. Wizard, if you would move your elemental, we might leave through your teleportation sigil, which we've shaped into an exit way for us.
Hell, we're in this damn continent.
Can I do a check to verify whether that's true or not?
Roll insight.
Exactly. Here we go.
Yes. You are certain that she is being truthful in her words.
Then I'll command the Earth Elemental to step to the side so that they can walk through, but still guard the entryway.
Excellent. With a snap of her fingers, the servants of the hells come to Mistress Elizabeth. More of these agents. An imp. And many more imps come fluttering in from the kitchen where they had been preparing a meal.
Are they carrying anything?
At this time, not particularly.
Perfect. That's all I wanted to know.
The mistress will open this door, which is behind the way to the sigil of teleportation, wherein which she will step, leading the way and gesturing for others to go before her, as these imps are consumed by ash and smoke, as are these agents.
While this is happening, I'm going to whisper to Martha, to go check the storeroom.
She will.
I just want to make sure that the epicogram's still there.
She'll return.
Mhm.
And lastly, it is the mistress herself, after the Marigans have passed through, who will look towards you all before departing to say, "Oh, I certainly hope this battle goes well for you. It could have been easier. Could have been easier." And she gives a mocking bow before stepping back into the flames and disappearing. Arthur will return. She'll say, "Well, there's broken crates, some
Okay.
charred bodies, and
Yeah, I did that. Is metal still there?
ash and smoke."
Damn it. Okay. All right. So, remind me to hide from Lucy and Gael. And maybe Dirk. Actually, no, I can tell Dirk what happened and he probably won't hate me. Lucy and Gael are a whole nother problem.
The paladins from the other room come for entry, join their order master, and say, "What has happened?" Gervin says, "I was played a fool. I lost my honor. Many fell things have happened. I am no longer worthy to lead the Order of Stamos. I
They
must.
still need you.
Yes, and I will fight for the Pantheon of Unity, but I must pass this mantle to a better. We will ride. We'll ride for Virgin City and await with what soldiers and armor we have left. If you see Dirk Sternglen, bid him meet us there.
I did, actually.
I must anoint him.
He was outside the gates when I last saw him. I actually left him.
He
outside
was
the
headed
gates. He
for the
told
town
me.
of Dalefen. Hopefully, find him there.
Okay.
Where's our head count?
Florian takes a
Go ahead.
Florian takes a few steps towards him and sort of puts his hand on his shoulder and says, "Thank you. You wear humility well."
Is only what I must. What is our head count? Have we all of our paladins here? One of them will say, "There were just the two assisting in the storeroom."
Oh.
Arthur turns to you, Aaron, with a... Gervin will say, "Well, one of you go collect them." Do any of you want to say anything as this paladin leaves? Or just let this happen?
We told them to leave. They declined. We fought.
I what? Did they surrender to you?
No.
No.
Paladin returns and says, "They're dead. Both of them. It seems as if there was a fiery burst. Did the devils betray us?"
No. I mean, yes, but no.
The Order Master.
We asked them to withdraw. They declined.
And Aaron is just going to start juggling 3 balls of fire.
Can you not right now?
Gervin will say, "Unity
I'm
comes
sorry.
at great cost in these times, that I must continue to associate with those who have felled my paladins. Are you worse than devils? I will ponder this once Orcus has fallen."
Do you have what the word unity even means? Because you're really bad at it.
I only asked you to leave my home. If they had done so, nothing else would have happened.
They were warned.
Rumbles and says, "Paladins, We go to find Sternglen and leave this cursed place. And with that, the paladins will make their way to depart, leaving Lorien, your home, to you. The devils have departed. Lulu will enter the space and say, I think we did it. I think we took back the sanctum.
Yay!
I
Martha
put a
will
hand
say,
on her shoulder and I say, we are home.
yeah.
And turn to the others and say, thank you.
I just look at Lulu. Who are you?
Just an apprentice, I think.
I really don't think so.
Let's see about getting
And
that...
a dear friend.
Yeah.
It really is.
Let's see about getting that crystal back together, Lorien.
Yes.
She'll head off towards the crystal chamber. Martha will tap you on the shoulder, Lorien, and say, excuse me, we've helped you reclaim your home and all, and, we didn't even loot anything or anything, so maybe we could get a little bit of payment for our work here?
Aaron is gonna put a hand on her shoulder and just pull her back. Not now.
Thought it was worth a try.
We can certainly...
Not the right time.
Thought I had no tact.
I do appreciate your help. And once things are settled, I will certainly see what I can do to help you as well.
She says, thanks.
Speaking of things being settled, there is that whole bit of the undead Orcus problem. If you and Lulu maybe are near the city, could help at some point, be great.
Perhaps there is another matter that we must tend to, but to the
Yes,
extent that it does not interfere, I would certainly
I have a
welcome the
feeling-
opportunity to repay you.
I'm just concerned that this is going to interfere with everyone's day. Yeah, everyone's.
Well, then make your way to the crystal chamber if you would like to see through the resolution of the prophecy of Eons.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
The earth elemental will need to remain in a room that's big enough for it.
I'm expecting you to say the Earth Elemental sits on the chair. Why? I don't know.
I mean, the chair wouldn't be doing very well after that.
Yeah, but Earth Elemental might want to be cozy. Who am I to judge?
Might not be a chair anymore.
It's fine.
So, Lulu will hold out this vial within which are her memories. Lorien, you see that, and you see these shattered pieces of the crystal. Large chunks, likely, which united it, aren't here anymore. The devils might have taken them. There's not enough crystal to unite and hold together that prophecy all in one place anymore. But perhaps you could congeal the shards into smaller objects.
How many shards are there?
I would say you could split this prophecy 4 ways. What do you make of that?
I'll gather them together into 4 distinct collections in the center of the room, close together but separate.
Excellent. You can, if you so desire, use your arcane magic to reconstitute this arcane crystal which you grew long ago into those 4 smaller masses.
I'll begin that process.
And so as you watch what takes several good minutes, as Lorien pulls them together, and they unite four slightly misshapen, but not too large pieces. How would you like to fashion these if they were to be worn?
One of them would be, I don't know the exact name for it, but essentially a stone embedded in a sort of ringmail, fingerless glove type of apparatus.
Very nice. So a glove.
Yep. The second would probably be a necklace on a chain, something one wears around the neck.
Good.
The third would be a kind of a circlet.
Excellent.
Fourth could be a ring. Well, how large is the stone?
It could be a ring.
Okay.
The outcome here is, to me, of more import than the transmutation process. So, into these forms are these crystals congealed. Ring, circlet, a necklace, and a small glove. Which the crystals are fashioned onto, and then partially of arcane construct afterwards. Simple ring mail, simple metal, and no fancy gold or any kind for these artifacts. We will say, all right, shall I pour this over them and then complete this binding?
Please.
I think I know. I think I've seen enough to do this. As she pours the contents of the vial over each one of these artifacts that you have now created, she catches just the aftermath of them, separating out what is a much thicker section of the liquid, which remains around the items which you, Lorien, can bind to them. And then she controls the water that is her personal memories and reabsorbs them, swallowing down the liquid which she beckoned to her mouth. Oh, I remember so many stupid little things.
I was gonna say, I put my arms out because I remember everybody passing out after they had their memories.
Well, think, wizard. This is in 5 pieces. Each of these, and that which got left behind in my head that the Mage Tower couldn't pull out. I've still got bits. Each one of these has bits. What do you intend to do with them?
I don't know yet.
Would they be safer in different people, spread out?
I think I would turn to the others and ask them, does anyone speak to you or call to you?
Aaron, Rihanna?
It's hard to
It's
tell.
the responsibility I'm taking. I'm willing to take it.
It's
I
a
just
very
need to know
old-
what it is.
It's a very old power that's now been changed. I'm not entirely sure what it's become now, but it's something that I have been guarding for a very long time so that it could one day be there to help the world in the way that it needs to.
The necklace is quite pretty.
As Lulu takes it and drapes it around your neck, Rihanna, and she says, "Is the prophecy of Eons. It was told long ago, before any of our time. Lorien was there for it, though he hasn't told me what role he played in its speaking or understanding. It it is, and it is now pieces of, knowledge of time as it would be laid out from that point long ago. Things must have shifted, but the broad points remain. I have enough pieces to know that the fall of the stones from the sky was one of them. An event has happened.
And hopefully the explosion of the headmaster's head? He did say that it was going to happen.
And it still hasn't yet.
Oh, don't worry. I'm hoping. Very hopeful.
So you have taken the necklace, Rhiannon? So go ahead and take down Necklace of Eons on your sheet. Aaron?
Sure.
Which one appeals to you?
What are the options?
The options remaining are a fingerless glove, a circlet, or a ring.
Fingerless glove.
All right, you can take down the Glove of Eons. And after those are chosen, Martha here is going to say, well, I always did think I was a little princess. I'll take the circlet if you'll lend it to me. She'll take that. And so remains the ring, which perhaps, Lorian, you could don. These pieces,
Very well.
protected by those mortals who succeeded in taking this place through Guardians of the Eons. Each one of these will produce at the start of the day for you a portent. You will roll a d20 and can replace any roll within relative range of you with it as a divination wizard would during that day.
How many glasses do I have now by accident?
And so, with fate of Eons resolved, Lorian, do you have any final words for these adventurers before they return to their duty, which you may aid them with, of facing down the dread which has overtaken Merchant City?
My task is complete. Perhaps it is my path to help you with yours.
I'm not one to force anybody to do anything, but it would be helpful, probably. I have a feeling that just because it's in Merchant City right now, it's not going to stay there.
Mm-hmm. I don't think it's chance that we met.
I don't either. I'm starting to think chance is not real.
Or has a strange sense of humor.
Maybe.
So then, well, Audrey, you will be joining us tomorrow, and so we will be resolving the nature of the Forthane conflict to an extent, then, as well as taking action. Gina, for Aaron, this will be your last session before our series finale. And so, in addition to Martha reuniting with you, to taking on the responsibility of the metallic which you have, and forging, therefore, an alliance with those dragons, are there any other actions on the continent which you would like to take to lead into the massing of forces to retake Virgin City?
Nope, I think we're good.
Okay. Fabulous. Well, in that case, this brings us to the close of the story which began in the Mage Tower. And I look forward to resolving all threads on Sunday. Thank you all for being here. I look forward to our next concluding session. To you all, a good night.